Hello guys and welcome back to the chess channel, and today I'm going to teach you how to play the bird's opening, which is the move pawn to f4. Now this opening is really rare and really underrated, and I don't think that is the case, because you can play the same setups literally against anything and tweak it depending on what your opponent is playing. And also I'm going to teach you what to play if your opponent, for example, plays the From's Gambit, which is pawn to e5. I'm going to teach you how to play against the most popular move, pawn to d5. And I'm going to teach you a setup that you can play against pawn to c6. So, of course, we're going to start the game off with pawn to f4. And your opponent will probably respond with pawn to d5, the most popular move. You're now going to develop your knight. They'll probably do the same. And then you're going to go pawn to e3, ready to develop the bishop. If they go knight to c6, which they probably will do, you're going to go bishop to b5, pinning the knight. After a move like pawn to e6, you're now going to go pawn to d3. And after a move like bishop e7, we can develop our knight. Now they're both protecting each other. After a random move, you're now going to go pawn to b3. And after some other move, we're going to go bishop b2. And then we're going to castle. So this is the setup you're looking for against, for example, an f4 and d5 position, with the knights protecting each other like this. These pawns like this on b3, d3, e3 and f4. The bishops on b2 and on b5. And of course, having this kingside view with that pawn on f4, attacking some important kingside squares. Kingside dark squares. This is a setup that you're looking for against a move like pawn to d5. Now, they might not necessarily play pawn to d5, which is the most popular choice. They might instead play pawn to c6. They might be a Caro-Kann player. Well, now you can just tweak your opening by playing pawn to g3, ready to fianchetto your bishop. Because if they go like d5, you can't develop your bishop to these squares anymore, so you have to fianchetto it like this. And this is a setup that you might want to look for when playing the bird's opening. Where the only difference really is that your bishop's fianchettoed here rather than being out in the open on b5. So this is something that you could play against like a Caro-Kann style player. But then there are different styles you could play. You don't necessarily, of course, have to play that exact style like I just showed you there. For example, you might instead want to go for something different. For example, you might want to go pawn to e3, bring your knight out onto e2 like this, and after some move, you could go pawn to b3 or something, fianchetto, after some move. You could go for like c4, you could go for like a c4 style, like an English style opening. You don't necessarily have to go for that, of course. Or of course, you could play something like pawn to d3, and you can go for like c4. So you can go for like a c4 style, English style, in a different way, without necessarily committing your bishop to b2. So you could go for a style like this. So this is something you might do against a Caro-Kann style player. However, finally, if they play pawn to e5, which is the From's Gambit, this is what you should do. You should go pawn to d3. Now, if they ever go check, you can just block it like this. And it doesn't matter if they take, because you can just take the queen for free, obviously. But of course, they might just simply take the pawn on e5. Now, of course, if they do this, you just take back, of course. Bishop captures f4. And if they ever go check, you can just block with the bishop like this. Or you can go pawn to g3, kick the queen out, continue with the development. And now your opponent's wasted time, they're lacking with development. They just got this queen just passively standing on e7, just covering some dark squares, not really doing much. Well, now you've got your bishop developed, your knight's developed, your bishop can fianchetto, you can castle, and you can have a good position. So that's it for this video about the bird's opening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching this video, and see you in the next one.